Now, Let It Die kind of came out of nowhere. Even someone like me who was a big fan of Killer 7 and No More Heroes, Suda51, Suda51, whatever you want to call him, uh, his games kind of fell off the radar for a while. There was one that was announced that did become this that had a completely different title. This, again, to reiterate, completely out of nowhere at PSX. Oh, it's out now. Oh, it's free. It is free to play, and I do want to get into the free to play kind of aspects of it. For all intents and purposes, though, it's very playable in the sense that you don't have to pay anything. We could get into that. Well, back up a little bit. There's comparisons to Dark Souls here that are obvious and clear and a little bit misleading. It's not Dark Souls in terms of dodging. Like, when you dodge in Dark Souls, you're basically invincible for the bulk of that dodge, that dodge roll. In this game, I've been hit in the face with a giant buzzsaw in the middle of my dodge. It doesn't matter if it's the end of the dodge, the start of the dodge, middle of the dodge. It doesn't matter. It could be a Ford F-150. You're getting hit in the middle of your roll there. So that's a big difference. Blocking is also very strangely done. It's on the circle button. And if you hold circle while not moving, you'll block. And blocking's very effective. However, if you're moving the analog stick at all, pressing circle will cause you to roll. Not quite how things work logically. It's not quite right. It doesn't ever. I basically don't block, is what I'm saying. I never block in this game. I just dodge out of the way, kind of run, let people come to you. It's the same baiting kind of mechanics that is very heavily in Dark Souls seen here. The difference being is durability, and having all these different weapons is key. The weapons are bizarre. There's an iron. There's the buzzsaw thing. There's baseball bats, hockey sticks. It's a weird survival horror kind of manhunt setting where you do these brutal kills on them too that are just very gory, and it's encouraged, and it's fun. It's a mess. Jumping in this game, it feels like jumping in a PS2 game. Like it's just this weird floaty, weighty hop thing. The collision is weird. You'll want to sometimes fall off a platform but not go very far because you don't want to fall off a second platform and get fall damage. And you're standing off of a ledge. Like you're fully standing off the ledge, like going pixel by pixel forward. I'm just trying not to fall too far. And then you'll finally fall. So there's weird hit detection, stuff like that. You can get stun locked into weird things if a bunch of people are around you. You can't really get out of it. But at the end of the day, I kind of buried the lead here. This game is incredibly fun and addicting to me. This is the exact game I want to play. In terms of there's constant rewards. Like you can level up each different weapon type up to 20 levels, and that stays with your character regardless of if your character dies or not, which will happen. And you can get them back, and they stay in the world, and there's all these other systems. There's just like constant systems on here. There's mushrooms to find. You can cook the mushrooms. There's frogs to catch. You can cook the frogs. You can cook the rats you find. There's scorpions. You got to figure out how to catch the scorpions, which is by stomping them twice and then grabbing them. It's weird, and it doesn't work right either. Like the sprint button is L3, but if you're not moving, L3 makes you crouch to be stealthily, which can totally backfire if you're just trying to be stealthily and you just barely touch it a little bit to the left or whatever, and now you're running towards the guy you were going to stealth attack. And there are stealth attacks, and the game doesn't really even, it kind of tells you, but like hours later it told me, like, oh, I can sneak up on guys. It's a roguelike in this stupid, not very visually interesting, sometimes cool, bloody environment with procedurally kind of put together maps with enemies that are lifeless in terms, or like brainless, I guess is a better way to put it. They don't think, They just basically run at you and kind of try and attack you and kind of be somewhat smart, but they'll hit each other, they'll kill each other. There's other players, like you can send your character man or woman into another world and they'll fight the other enemies and they'll fight you, and they're sometimes super powerful. And where I'm getting lost in this game is so good and so much fun to just explore, and it has that perfect constant moments of you're getting more gear, you're learning new things, you're fighting new enemies, you're seeing new floors of this tower, and you're surviving. And there's this constant idea of like, do I go forward? Okay, if I go up this escalator to the next floor, is there going to be an elevator back down? That's a checkpoint basically to the main hub area. Is that going to be there? Because if I die up here, I'm losing all my items and experience and money. And there's a big risk reward with that constantly. And that's kind of where the pay stuff comes in, because when you die, you there's these like little skull, like I don't know what they're called. They're just call them skulls. If you can pay one when you die, you'll revive right there. And these run on the shop for $5, I think it was, for 10. And then, you get a better deal if you want to buy a ton of them. Up to $100 you can spend on these skulls. And the skulls also increase your inventory space at the base, because there's crafting and finding blueprints and finding all sorts of shit. But it's so much fun. There's something about it. Like, it's so broken and dumb a lot of times, but I can't stop thinking about it. I played about 8 hours of it. I can't. I want to be playing it right now. I played an hour of it earlier today. I want to play this game more. It is so much fun. There's just something about it. I love how janky and dumb it is. It's got the death the guy is weird glasses. Like, it's just got weird shit going on constantly, and it has fun with itself. The gory kills are fun. You have three different weapons on each hand that you can cycle through. And the combat, while rudimentary and not super amazing, is fun enough and has that very Dark Souls, like, wait, gotcha, like that. It's that entire hook and that pushing forward, that constant pushing forward of seeing the next area, and you're going, okay, there's 2 exits out of this area. I don't know if there's going to be a permanent one, so I can save my progress. I don't know what this means. I want to go and use my experience to level up, because each of these guys that you can each of your characters can level up a certain number of times. And then as you keep exploring, you'll unlock more different types. You'll unlock different types of avatars, basically, that you can rent out of this place and play the game with. You're playing a game within a game, too. So rambly with this. It's so fun. I don't even really know why at certain points. Like, at times I really didn't like it. At the first 20 minutes that I played the game, I didn't like it. I thought the controls were terrible, and they are kind of a mess. The game takes forever to load. Forever. It does this really cool map thing you're about to see here when you finish an area, and it kind of shows your route through the little map. I love that. That's so cool. It's got so many good ideas, and finding equipment and finding new things and finding new enemies and being not necessarily invaded like Dark Souls, but having a guy, you just turn the corner, it's like, oh shit, there's a guy right here. And then you're running back through the area and you're jumping over poisonous mushrooms and hoping to bait him into the poisonous mushroom. And then this guy keeps blocking your attacks, and if you just dodge around the one thing, and like, here's a mini boss for no reason, here's these weird cutscene that's telling your story. And this game was free. Like, this game was free. I haven't paid any money. The game gives you, I think I've gotten about 10, 12 skulls for free, which I've used a few of, and I've expanded my base inventory slot. But, like, unless there's something else I haven't unlocked yet, they could be charging money for a bunch of other stuff that I don't really understand why they haven't, and maybe I will unlock it later. Because I think there's 40 levels to the tower, and I've gotten to level 7 or so. But it's so much fun. I don't even know how to describe it any better than I already have. The roguelike, you're using a bunch of weapons. It's just constant survival. Things are constantly breaking. You'll get a helmet. It'll be gone within half the floor because you've just been hit too many times and it broke. You'll find another thing and it breaks. Find this weapon, it breaks. You're just going from thing to thing. Like, I got this iron, I got this buzzsaw, I got this hockey stick. Okay, we're running out of things here. Oh, this guy has a sword. All right, I'll take his sword. And then this guy has a trucker hat for some reason. All right, I'll put the trucker hat on. And you've got to manage your inventory. It's a delight. It's that perfect game for me. That old school kind of almost Diablo-y. I mean, it is roguelike, is kind of Diablo in a sense, of loot and exploration and all of that. And it is so much fun. I really enjoy it. And it's free, so like there's no reason not to try it. I would say it does get better after 20-30 minutes because it certainly wasn't that great the first 20-30 minutes. Really didn't like it. And then, like, I sat down to play it, and after, I was going to give it a fair shake, so after 20-30 minutes, I was going to keep going. 2 hours go by after that point, and I was like, oh, I got to stop playing this because holy shit, this isn't good. And I played it again last night for like 3 hours. I barely ever do that, where I just sit there and get sucked into something. But I was like, I gotta go to this next floor. I gotta see what's over there. I can't turn back now, because if I turn back now, I'd have to fight through the other floors I just went to. Like, there was no way to get back. I don't know how you can get back. Like, I can't do it. So I just keep going. I don't know. And I kept going higher and higher in this stupid tower. And I reached a dead end, and I had to go back to the nearest elevator. And I'm running through things. I don't have any healing items. I'm trying to pick off guys one by one. I'm remembering, like, the route through the level. Like, oh, if I run past this guy, I can get to the exit. So much fun. I love it. I should be playing other things. I should be playing Dead Rising 4. I really did like Dead Rising 4. I want to go back to it, but oh my god. I really want to play more Let It Die. I have a feeling I will get kind of burnt out on it. But at this point, it's constantly giving me new things. Like, oh, I'm rank 3 now. Here's more body class types, basically, to pick from. And now I can level up HP to level 5 and whatever with this character class. So I'm going to go to that character and level him up. And for no reason. Like, I don't know if I'm getting better. I don't know if I'm progressing too much. But, whew, it's good. It's really fun. And oh, you can send your little avatar guys that you're not using out to other people's worlds, and even if you lose and don't beat them, you'll get stuff. You just get free stuff. You get a daily login bonus, which I think is how I got some of those skulls. It's great. I think it's great. Perfect? No. It's one of those things. It's like, it's not like, if you looked at different parts of this, you would say, oh, this is bad. Like, the controls are stupid. The game doesn't look very good. It kind of is a giant mess. Like, look at me running around like a weirdo. It doesn't even work. But it's so much fun. And just these kill moves they're just ridiculous. I love the blood explosions everywhere. Those coins. It's constantly giving me good feedback. Really enjoy the game. Hopefully it remains something I really enjoy and doesn't turn into, I'm done here. But this is a real surprise for me in terms of, I thought I might like it, because I do have a history of liking Suda's games, but I didn't think I'd like it this much. I did not like this part where a guy jumped out of a fucking vending machine and attacked me. I'm not a fan of that guy. Vending machine guy. Ridiculous. He's blocking. Stop blocking. I'm trying to murder you with a hammer. It's good. It's good. It is a mess. A beautiful, beautiful mess. And there's robots. I just killed a robot with an iron. Not only that, the robot had blood all over in it. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows why any of this happens?